Hey, me Matt here, and just finished watching NXT Battleground. Yeah, I know I'm late. And this was actually a very good show. Obviously, NXT delivers anyway, so I mean, just one of those things where I knew, like, it wasn't as predictable as Night of Champions, but I knew that it was going to be a good show nonetheless, and there was obviously one match in particular that I was looking forward to, so no time like the present. Here we go. So we have the North American Championship, Wesley, who had defeated Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. And this match was cool. I mean, there was a point where Wes and Tyler were going after Joe, trying to eliminate him. And then getting him out of the ring, they focused on each other. They really took each other to the limit. And I said in my prediction video with Kyle from Wheels of Fury, wanted Joe Gacy to win. And unfortunately, that didn't work. Wesley got the win and retained the title. And so I just finished also watching this last episode of NXT. So to find out what happens, obviously, if you have watched it, cool. I won't spoil that though. You have the Heritage Cup, Noam Dar and Dragon Lee. This match was actually pretty close, you know. It was just one of those things where you didn't know what was going to happen. They had the rest period, obviously. They went the full rounds. There's a point in the third round where, yeah, Dar basically took over a lot, trying to get him to submit. There was a point, too, where his leg actually was hurt. So you didn't know if Dragon Lee was going to capture the trophy or not. But, yeah, this was kind of interesting because the last round, Lash Legends and Jarka Jackson, whatever her name is, distracted the referee or whatever, and basically, yeah, Noam Dar won, retaining the trophy. So now I guess he's aligned with Legend and Jackson. So that's interesting. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool to see where this goes. Obviously, NXT UK doesn't exist no more, so I'm pretty sure Noam Dar is, in my opinion, gonna be one of the best heels in NXT. And I know we talked about his first few matches he had at the Cruiserweight Classics and of course 205, but this is going to be an interesting run. I can't wait to see what more he does. Obviously, spoilers, NXT this past Tuesday, as I mentioned. I will say that his match with Carmelo Hayes was pretty cool. So this match, so you have Ilya Dragunov coming out, and he's got the red lenses in his eyes. You have, of course, Dijak coming out. He looks at his wife who has her kids, and he's like, get them out. I don't want them to see this match. So we obviously knew it was going to be bloody. So, I mean, you have the steel steps, you have kendo sticks, you have Dijak whipping the piss out of Elo in the corner. There's a point where, yeah, I actually felt sympathy for Elo because they was in such pain, but he took it, you know. And it was like, you know, one of the best sells, in my opinion. You have a point where Elo jumped into the ring, knocking down Dijak. It was just an awesome match. And yeah, You have, knocking out Dijak onto a chair, and he didn't get up for the 10 count, which led Elo Dragunov as the winner. So, is this feud over? I'm not quite sure, but it was a hell of a feud. And there was a point where Elo's chin was bleeding, busted open. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the near future. I mean, this was an awesome match. I really love those types of matches, especially when you have somebody like Dijak or Elo Dragunov. And this was kind of just, I want to see more. Like, seriously think that NXT puts out some awesome violence, in my opinion. You have the NXT Tag Team Championships. Gallus retained against the Creed Brothers. Creed Brothers, they really work well together. Obviously, we know that Gallus does. But this match was pretty cool. And I mean, Ivy came in trying to cheer on the Creed Brothers, but then of course you have Ava Raine. I don't know what this is about, but that was quite interesting to see her, and she and Ivy wrestled all the way to the back. And yeah, you have a fireman's carry and a running kick combination for the victory, and the Gallus Boys still your NXT Tag Team Champions. This is Tiffany Stratton defeating Aliyah Valkyrie, and this was a good match too. Obviously Tiffany is, I haven't seen a lot of matches from her, at least I don't remember. Obviously I watch NXT and sometimes I forget, and this match, in my opinion, is arguably one of the best women's matches of 2023. And I mean, these two really beat the shit out of each other. Lara got hurt, Tiffany focused in on that. But yeah, she got the win, and your new NXT Women's Champion. So I'm not quite sure where this is going to go for Tiffany Stratton, but you know what? I can't wait to see what happens. The NXT Championship, Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker. Kind of silly to see Braun coming out with the muzzle of a, well, it was supposed to be a dog, I'm sure, dog-faced gremlin, but it was a white wolf. Whatever, this was a good match, and you really thought Braun was going to get back the NXT Championship, but Carmelo Hayes ended up getting the win. Obviously I mentioned that in the beginning, so spoilers, sorry about that. And yeah, NXT champion still, which I think we'll see what happens. Maybe a Great American Bash, they'll have a third match, and we'll see where that goes. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, and yeah, that's a ways away, so this was a good show, and obviously one of the best nights in all three wrestling shows. I mean, you had Night of the Champions, you had Under Siege, which was on a Friday, and then of course NXT Battleground. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with NXT, but it was a good night, and yeah, that's pretty much all I could say, really. So you got Money in the Bank, and then we'll see what happens after that. Money in the Bank in Wembley Stadium. So look forward to Wheels of Fury covering that. And yeah, talk to you later.
All right,
Bye.
Nicole. So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming, but I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller is really pro wrestling. That's
Gnarly.
why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like